Australia, an ancient land of breathtaking contrasts, where two great oceans meet, and life has evolved in splendid isolation. From vibrant cities to the wild outback, from the Great Barrier Reef to sacred desert monoliths, this is a place of endless wonder. Join us as we journey across this magnificent continent, down under. Our journey begins in Sydney, a city built around one of the most magnificent natural harbors on Earth. The vibrant heart of New South Wales, defined by water and ocean energy. The Sydney Opera House, a masterpiece of architecture, blossoms from the shoreline. The Sydney Harbour Bridge, a marvel of engineering, frames the Opera House. Together, they form an unforgettable welcome to a dynamic, sun-drenched city. We now leave the urban sprawl behind and travel north to the coast of Queensland to witness a phenomenon of such scale and beauty that it can be seen from the cold, silent void of space. This is the Great Barrier Reef, a living structure so vast it defies easy comprehension. It is not a single entity, but a colossal, interconnected community of nearly 3,000 individual reefs and over 900 islands, stretching for more than 2,300 kilometers along the continental shelf. It is, without question, one of the greatest natural wonders of our world, a vibrant, sprawling metropolis of life built by the tireless work of countless tiny organisms. The architects of this immense underwater world are the coral polyps. These tiny, soft-bodied animals, no bigger than a grain of rice, are the master builders of the reef. Over millennia, countless generations have secreted calcium carbonate to form hard, protective skeletons. As old polyps die, new ones build upon their remains, creating a complex, three-dimensional limestone structure. This intricate framework becomes the foundation for an entire ecosystem, providing shelter, food, and breeding grounds for a staggering diversity of marine creatures. It is a slow, patient process of creation, a testament to the cumulative power of life itself. The reef is a world of dazzling color and bewildering complexity. The corals themselves display a kaleidoscope of hues. Pinks, purples, yellows, and blues, not from the polyps, but from the microscopic algae, the zooxanthellae, that live symbiotically within their tissues. These algae provide the coral with food through photosynthesis, and in return, the coral provides them with a protected environment. This delicate partnership is the very engine of the reef's productivity, a fragile alliance that fuels one of the most biodiverse ecosystems on the planet. To behold the Great Barrier Reef is to be humbled by the sheer scale and beauty of nature's creative power. It is a World Heritage Site, a global treasure, and a fragile paradise. Its existence is a delicate balance of temperature, water clarity, and chemistry, a balance that is now under threat from a changing climate. To visit the reef is not just an opportunity for adventure, but a profound responsibility to witness, appreciate, and understand the importance of protecting this irreplaceable living wonder for the generations that will follow. It is a journey into the vibrant, beating heart of the ocean. On Australia's southeastern coast, Melbourne pulses with creativity and culture, a city where old and new coexist in vibrant harmony. Its laneways and architecture reveal hidden treasures, rewarding those who wander off the beaten path. From passionate sports crowds to ever-changing seasons, Melbourne's spirit is dynamic, resilient, and endlessly fascinating. We travel now to the very center of this vast island continent, to a landscape that is both ancient and profoundly alive. This is the red center of Australia, a semi-arid wilderness of staggering scale and stark, breathtaking beauty. And rising from the flat expanse of spinifex and desert oak is a monolith of such immense presence that it seems to anchor the entire country. This is Uluru. It is not merely a rock, it is a geological marvel, a sacred site, and an icon of Australia that resonates with a power that is almost palpable. Its sheer size is difficult to comprehend, a single solid mass that dominates the horizon. For millennia, this place has been the spiritual heartland for the local Anangu people, the traditional custodians of this land. Their stories, their laws, and their culture are inextricably woven into every curve and crevice of Uluru's weathered surface. It is a living, breathing entity, the physical manifestation of their creation stories, known as Tjuta. To the outsider, it is a stunning natural wonder. To the Anangu, it is a sacred text, a place of immense power and reverence that has guided their existence for tens of thousands of years. Its presence on the landscape is a constant reminder of the deep, unbroken connection between people and country. The monolith itself is a geological phenomenon known as an Inselberg, or island mountain. What we see is merely the tip of a much larger formation that extends deep beneath the Earth's surface. Composed of Arcos sandstone, its surface has been sculpted and weathered by millions of years of wind and rain, creating a complex tapestry of caves, water holes, and fissures. This is not a static monument. It is a dynamic landscape, constantly interacting with the elements, its appearance shifting with the changing light and weather. Its very substance seems to hold the memory of deep time. To approach Uluru is a humbling experience. As one draws closer, its scale becomes overwhelming, its textured surface revealing details that are invisible from a distance. The silence of the surrounding desert is profound, broken only by the whisper of the wind or the call of a distant bird. This is a place that commands respect, that quiets the mind and invites contemplation. It is the geological and spiritual nucleus of Australia, a place where the immense age of the land and the ancient wisdom of its people converge in a single, awe-inspiring form. Stretching for 243 kilometers along Australia's rugged southeastern coastline is a ribbon of asphalt that is far more than just a road. The Great Ocean Road is a national monument, a winding, dramatic testament to both the raw power of nature and the enduring spirit of human endeavor. It is consistently ranked among the world's most scenic drives, a journey that unfolds in a breathtaking sequence of coastal vistas, lush rainforests, and charming seaside towns. But its beauty is matched by the poignancy of its origins, for this is a road built as a memorial. Its story begins in the aftermath of the First World War. Upon their return to Australia, thousands of soldiers faced an uncertain future in a country grappling with the economic and social scars of the conflict. A visionary plan was conceived to build a road along this treacherous and largely inaccessible coastline, a project that would provide work for the returning servicemen and connect the isolated coastal communities. More than that, it would stand as the world's largest war memorial, dedicated to the soldiers who had fallen in the Great War. Construction began in 1919. A monumental undertaking carried out by over 3,000 returned soldiers. The work was arduous and perilous. Armed with little more than picks, shovels, and dynamite, these men carved a path into the sheer cliffs and dense forests. They lived in rough camps, enduring harsh conditions, their camaraderie forged in the trenches now repurposed for this immense nation-building project. The road was built by hand, a slow, painstaking process that took 13 years to complete. Every curve and cutting is a testament to their labor and sacrifice. To travel the Great Ocean Road today is to trace the path of their incredible effort. It is a journey that carries the weight of history. As you navigate the winding turns, with the wild southern ocean on one side and the steep cliffs on the other, it is impossible not to feel a sense of awe for the men who built it. They transformed a wild, impassable coastline into an enduring legacy. A road that not only offers spectacular beauty to millions of visitors, but also serves as a powerful, living tribute to a generation that gave so much. Where the Coral Sea meets Queensland, 74 islands, emeralds and sapphires form the breathtaking Whitsundays. Peaks of a submerged mountain range, draped in lush vegetation and white sand, rise from waters shifting from green to brilliant blue. Here, nature orchestrates a symphony of color and light, a tranquil paradise that lingers in memory long after you leave. In the far north of Australia, in what is known as the Top End, lies a landscape of immense scale and profound antiquity. This is Kakadu National Park, a place that defies easy categorization. It is a national park, yes, but it is also a living cultural landscape, a biological treasure trove, and a geological masterpiece. Covering nearly 20,000 square kilometers, this is a realm of dramatic contrasts, where stone country meets sprawling wetlands, and the rhythms of life are dictated by the dramatic seasonal shifts of the tropical monsoon. To enter Kakadu is to step back in time, into a world shaped by forces both ancient and powerful. This land is a World Heritage Site, recognized for both its natural and its cultural values, a rare dual listing that speaks to its global significance. The natural landscapes are breathtaking in their diversity. There are vast floodplains, teeming with bird life, that stretch to the horizon. There are winding rivers, home to the formidable saltwater crocodile, an apex predator that has survived since the time of the dinosaurs. And rising abruptly from the plains is the Arnhem Land Escarpment, a colossal sandstone plateau that has been weathered by millennia of wind and rain into a labyrinth of gorges, cliffs, and rocky outliers. But Kakadu is more than just a wilderness. It is the traditional land of the Bininj-Mungai people, who have lived here continuously for more than 65,000 years, representing one of the oldest living cultures on Earth. Their connection to this country is deep, intricate, and unbroken. The land is not just a collection of physical features. It is a tapestry of stories, ceremonies, and ancestral beings. The rocks, the rivers, the waterholes, they all have names, stories, and a profound spiritual significance. Here, culture and nature are inextricably intertwined. The park is jointly managed by its traditional owners and Parks Australia, a partnership that ensures the preservation of both its ecological integrity and its cultural heritage. This collaboration allows visitors to experience Kakadu on a much deeper level, to learn about the land not just from a scientific perspective, but through the eyes of those who know it most intimately. It is a journey into the heart of Australia, a land that is both ancient and vibrantly alive. A living museum where the stories of the past are still told, and the rhythms of the natural world continue to unfold as they have for eons. Separated from the Australian mainland by the wild waters of the Bass Strait, Tasmania is a world unto itself. It is an island of dramatic contrasts, where rugged ancient wilderness meets gentle, rolling farmland, and charming colonial towns give way to a coastline of breathtaking beauty. This is Australia's smallest state, yet it packs an incredible diversity of landscapes into its compact form. Known to its Aboriginal people as uluru-kata, and often referred to as the Island of Inspiration, Tasmania has a unique character, a sense of isolation and wildness that sets it apart from the rest of the country. Its geology tells a story of immense antiquity. The island is a fragment of the supercontinent Gondwana, and its mountains are some of the oldest on Earth, carved and shaped by successive ice ages. This ancient heritage is most evident in the Tasmanian Wilderness World Heritage Area, a vast expanse of pristine temperate rainforest, alpine heathlands, and wild rivers that covers almost a quarter of the island. This is a land that feels primeval, a window into a world that existed long before the arrival of humans. It is a sanctuary for plants and animals found nowhere else on the planet. But Tasmania's story is also one of a more recent, and often dark, human history. It was the site of some of Britain's most brutal penal colonies, a place of exile and punishment known as Van Diemen's Land. The beautifully preserved sandstone buildings of towns like Port Arthur tell a haunting story of convict life, a stark contrast to the natural beauty that surrounds them. This complex history, combined with the island's isolation, has forged a unique and resilient culture, one that is deeply connected to the land and proud of its distinct identity. Today, Tasmania has reinvented itself as a haven for nature lovers, foodies, and artists. It is a place where you can hike through a World Heritage wilderness in the morning and dine at a world-class restaurant in the evening. It is an island of clean air, pure water, and incredible fresh produce. It is a destination that invites you to slow down, to breathe deeply, and to reconnect with the simpler, more fundamental things in life. To visit Tasmania is to discover a different side of Australia, a place of raw beauty, rich history, and quiet power. On Australia's northeastern coast lies the Daintree Rainforest, a living relic older than the Amazon, where ancient trees and wildlife thrive beneath emerald canopies. For thousands of years, the eastern Kuku-Yalanji people have called this place home, honoring its deep spiritual and natural significance. On Australia's far west, Perth sits cradled by the Swan River and kissed by the Indian Ocean, one of the world's most isolated cities, yet vibrant and modern. Overlooking it all is Kings Park, a vast green space larger than Central Park, preserving unique native bushland. Here, city, life, and stunning beaches blend seamlessly. Perth truly offers the best of both worlds. Off the coast of Queensland lies Fraser Island, the world's largest sand island, a place of epic scale and raw beauty. Towering dunes, shaped by wind, reach over 240 meters high. Here, rainforests grow on sand, a true marvel of nature. K'gari is a living testament to nature's power and resilience. Just outside Adelaide, the Barossa Valley unfolds, a landscape shaped by nature and generations of winemakers. Rolling hills, ancient soils, and rows of grapevines create a living tapestry, changing with the seasons. Here, world-class Shiraz and other varietals thrive, earning global acclaim. Yet the Barossa remains welcoming and intimate, a true community built on passion and tradition. Just a short journey west of Sydney, the sprawling metropolis gives way to a dramatic and ancient landscape. Here, the earth rises up to form a vast, dissected plateau, a wilderness of breathtaking scale and beauty. This is the Greater Blue Mountains World Heritage Area. Its name is derived from a curious and mesmerizing natural phenomenon. From a distance, the mountains are cloaked in a distinct blue haze, a soft, ethereal veil that seems to float above the endless sea of trees. This is not a trick of the light, but a chemical marvel of the natural world. The source of this iconic blue tinge is the vast forest of eucalyptus trees that carpets the entire region. These trees, in their millions, release fine droplets of volatile oil into the atmosphere. When sunlight passes through this mist of eucalyptus oil, the light waves are scattered. The shorter wavelengths of light, which correspond to the blue end of the spectrum, are scattered more than the longer, red wavelengths. It is this scattering effect, known as Rayleigh scattering, that creates the signature blue haze, giving the mountains their name and their mystical, dreamlike quality. This endless expanse of forest is the dominant feature of the landscape. It stretches to the horizon in every direction, a rolling ocean of green and silver gray, broken only by the deep, shadowy chasms of the valleys below. The sheer scale of this wilderness is difficult to comprehend. It covers more than 1 million hectares, a labyrinth of rugged sandstone cliffs, impenetrable gorges, and cascading waterfalls. It is a place that feels primeval, a remnant of an older, wilder world, existing just on the doorstep of one of the world's great modern cities. To stand at one of the many lookouts, such as Echo Point or Govet's Leap, is to be humbled by the sheer immensity of nature. The silence is profound, broken only by the cry of a cockatoo or the whisper of the wind through the eucalyptus leaves. The air is clean and crisp, carrying the distinct, medicinal scent of the forest. This is a landscape that invites contemplation, a place to disconnect from the frantic pace of urban life and reconnect with the raw, untamed power of the Australian continent. It is a sanctuary for both wildlife and the human spirit. From the vibrant, sun-drenched coral gardens of the Great Barrier Reef, teeming with a kaleidoscope of life, to the silent spiritual grandeur of Uluru, a monolith that holds the stories of a continent in its ancient heart. From the laneway cafes and buzzing cultural hubs of our great cities to the serene, untamed wilderness of Kakadu and Tasmania, where nature remains the dominant force. Australia is not just a destination, it is a world of its own, a continent of staggering contrasts and boundless wonders. It is, in every sense, a traveler's dream come true. We have journeyed together across this vast and ancient land, exploring just a fraction of the treasures it holds. We have driven the spectacular Great Ocean Road, sailed the turquoise waters of the Whitsundays, and walked beneath the canopy of the world's oldest rainforest. We have tasted the fruits of its fertile valleys and stood in awe of its rugged mountain ranges. Each place holds its own unique magic, its own story, its own invitation to explore, to discover, and to connect with the incredible diversity of this land down under. The journey, however, does not have to end here. The true adventure begins with a single step, a decision to see these wonders for yourself, to feel the red desert sand between your toes, to hear the sound of the ocean crashing against a lonely shore, to see the Southern Cross blaze in a clear night sky. Australia is a land that rewards the curious, that inspires the adventurous, and that captures the heart of all who visit. The only question that remains is which of these extraordinary destinations will you explore first? We would be delighted to hear about your own travel dreams and experiences. Let us know in the comments below which part of this incredible continent is calling to you. Your journey inspires us, and your stories help build a community of fellow explorers. And If you wish to continue discovering the world's most remarkable places, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more ultimate travel guides. The world is waiting, and the next great adventure is just around the corner. Thank you for joining us.